Today's horoscope from Astro Academy, Taurus, December 16, 2022. Today's transits caution that it's best to reserve judgment, but it's a good time to take note of areas where you've lost a bit of inspiration or steam. Consider that some things may need more time to unfold, and defining them is not only a lesson in futility now, but it also may be optional. It's all too easy to have a veil over your eyes in some areas right now. People in your life may expect you to know where you're headed, but you need more time to discover this for yourself. Enjoy creative activities and avoid scheduling tasks that require serious focus or concentration today for the best results. It's better to observe and intuit rather than push your plans forward or make significant commitments. Allowing your direction to come more intuitively requires patience but is well worth the effort. Beware today. It may feel like you've been hit by a tsunami and are underwater. A rather challenging day for your personal and romantic life lies ahead of you. This is because the mighty sun across the sky from you in your solar 7th house of relationships will clash in a square with an overpowering Neptune within the sky. You may suddenly feel overly emotional, paranoid, and panicked, so it would be best not to indulge in addictions or libations to take the edge off. Some confusing or disconcerting emotional news will likely pop up, throwing you for a loop and triggering immense anxiety. Don't let the toxic energy get the best of you. Try to meditate, stay grounded, and keep yourself balanced. Decide on what you want to focus on. Now that the moon is in Virgo, you might feel more self-critical about your work and life balance and your work environment. Since this smart lunation is all about optimizing your productivity, it may assist with the square between the Sun in Sagittarius and Neptune in Pisces. Take a step back to consider your professional and personal commitments at this time. You may need to move some things around to meet your obligations at work while maintaining your work and life balance. Do not be afraid to make some changes. Knowing that the Sun's return to your financial sector next week will put the solar spotlight on your financial situation and money matters, is giving Venus and Mercury a chance to explore your options and get your head in the game before a need for reality checks. While Venus is focused on the what and Mercury on the when, where, and how, until the solar spotlight is switched on, not everything is visible just yet. When you confront your demons at the fridge late at night or with the snooze button in the mornings, you catch a glimpse of what needs some attention. Have you been nurturing your need for fresh, wholesome, and tasty foods? Try baking an apple pie from scratch. Give yourself the treats you deserve in healthy, appropriate ways. And if you've been thinking about exercise rather than doing it, remember that you have a better night's sleep if you burn off stress with a run after your work is finished. Chances are you put in a full day of good old-fashioned hard work yesterday. This is the day, and this will surely encourage you to enjoy a little fun. Even if this is a workday for you, there's always lunchtime and after hours to partake in something lighthearted. Talk a walk with a friend, order takeout, play a game of chance, or watch a movie this evening. Whatever you enjoy doing the most is what you should make plans for. Let this kind of break give you the rejuvenation you need. Thanks to a friendly aspect to the moon yesterday, just as it was wrapping up its last visit to your communication sector for the year, there is a chance to move into the Sun's final 7 days in your relationship sector with confidence. It wasn't just that this has made it easier to give your emotional responses and relationships a voice, and more that after clashing as a full moon last week, this had put the Sun and Moon back in harmony. The solar spotlight will remain on your relationships for another week, but already you have a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Buoyed by a friendly aspect to the moon before leaving your communication sector yesterday, as the Sun moves into his final 7 days in your relationship sector, there will be a renewed sense of confidence. 7 days on from a full moon that may have created some personal and/or relationship tension, you now have a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Our eyes in the sky. Themes today revolve around passion, activity, optimism, and the way energy moves. Be aware of your personal boundaries, and remove yourself from any situation in which people don't respect your thoughts or voice. Confusion could hang fairly thick in the air, so try not to get immersed in situations that don't make sense to you. Watch out for gaslighting behavior in yourself and others, and don't let anyone invalidate your feelings with conversational gymnastics. Intensify contacts to people, because they find you particularly likable right now. Plan your leisure time with family and good friends, and most importantly, make your plans together. You might feel like ringing up an old friend. The time is perfect to revive and strengthen old ties. This will make it easy for you to make new contacts and maybe even lifelong friendships. You may feel that others are acting unusually. You must quietly accept their conduct and not get upset if things temporarily don't go your way. Maybe you're more irritable and easily upset by things that have not mattered for a long time, or possibly the answer is just a simple case of getting some much-needed rest. The desire to break free from restrictive situations is real today, and you might have trouble focusing on tasks at work or school. Remember to ground yourself and focus on your breath if you feel overwhelmed. Use the energy today to set your intention to pursue your wildest dreams, but don't take any drastic action now. The lunar energy can be unpredictable and unstable, so expect the unexpected today and try not to let people or situations get the better of you. After midnight, the moon enters Virgo, exiting its void of course which began yesterday morning. During this lunar period, we achieve emotional equilibrium via organizational or logistical efforts. We want our lives to run as efficiently as possible, and are attracted to systems that mitigate stressors. Over the next 2 days, we look for ways to be of service to others. This can be a very productive time, ideal for decluttering our surroundings and getting routines in good working order. However, with such high standards, we can also be especially critical of others and ourselves. Whatever you take on seems to work out well, and everyone who you come into contact with admires the enthusiasm and expertise you show, giving a welcome boost to your self-confidence. Make sure you respect those who admire you and don't behave in an egotistical way. You may still need their continuing support if things do not turn out as expected. Go out and enjoy life to the full. You exude an inner calm and spontaneity that others find irresistible, so join in activities with them. Start a new hobby or visit an old friend. Whatever you do, reflect and find out what's been on your mind. Unable to connect with others as easily as normal, you feel misunderstood, deciding those around you are behaving unacceptably. It is important to allow some distance between you, rather than have endless discussions. Incorporate their point of view and feelings, which ultimately enhances your relationship. After sunup, the Sagittarius Sun squares off with Neptune in Pisces, facilitating self-deception. We might feel guilty, ashamed, or paranoid about actions taken, even if they don't warrant such scrutiny. As our self-esteem takes a nosedive, those with malicious intent recognize our vulnerable state and may seek to exploit it. We risk placing our faith in bad actors and becoming gullible to their schemes. If possible, avoid making deals or important decisions today. Steer clear of mind-altering or addictive substances. Expect misunderstandings or misdiagnoses. This is a better transit to use for artistic or creative experimentation than spiritual studies or divinatory practices.